And welcome back to Five Wells Field as the Brighton High School Cardinal baseball team has come to town to take on the Eagles of Chester County. A cool day, a little bit of sprinkle out there. Before I get too far into the broadcast, I want to say thank you to Mr. Paul Schultze for coming down today. Paul's with Worthy Road Studios, and Paul broadcast many different things. We'll start with Freed-Hardeman University. He does basically all of the sports except soccer. Well, golf, cross, all the major sports except soccer. He also does Union University basketball, select baseball, and I think you said the other day you're going to do some softball. And he does Jackson Christian High School, Trinity Christian High School, and Trenton Peabody, and Sacred Heart there in Jackson. So appreciate Paul, gives some good technical expertise along the way. He's operating the camera today, so the great camera shots you see zooming in and out will be credited to him. But we would not be able to put this broadcast on without the support of our local businesses here in Chester County. Our lead sponsor is the People's Bank of Henderson. We also have Oliver's Custom Printing Embroidery. That's the artist formerly known as that. They are now called Alliance Design. First Bank, Community Bank, Casey Realty agent Zach Hannis, Simmons Lumber Company, Odin's Marathon, Besso's Coffee House, Phelps Eye Care, Lonnie Cobb Ford, Four Seasons Termite, and then also by Henderson Energy and Nutrition, the Fiesta Mexican Restaurant, Centennial Bank, and Agent Charles Cavanis of Tennessee Farm Bureau. And we're about ready to go here for inning number one. Batting first for the Cardinals from Brighton, Andrew Davis. The third baseman on the mound today for Chester County is number 7, Hunter McLemore. So we are ready to go. And first pitch lifted up in the air towards right. Second baseman going out, makes the catch. That is Easton Lovelace. First pitch, first out. That brings up number 23, Bennett Stutz. He's the shortstop for the Cardinals. And McLemore delivers, and there's one lifted out to right center. Coming over, center fielder Aiden Timby with the catch for the Eagles. So 2 pitches, 2 quick outs. And that brings up number 10, Luke Perkins. He is the first baseman for the Cardinals. And a called strike on the outside corner. Of course, Freed-Hardeman University hosting this game on the new turf field here. And a nice breaking pitch, just doesn't get the inside corner for ball one. 1-1 to count. But the baseball field here at Freed-Hardeman redone over the summer, turf put down. Numerous high schools have been able to play, as well as a couple of the junior high teams in the area. And Coach Jonathan Estes and his staff are very appreciative of the fact that we're able to host some high school games. As the second strike goes over earlier, and that one is a ball down low. So you got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And McLemore sets, delivers, ball 3 outside. And that one lifted to right. Camping under it, right fielder for Chester County, Kobe Huffman, and he hauls it in. So we're going to go to the bottom of the first with a no score. We'll be back after these messages. Pesky insects trying to invade your home? If so, you can give Jerry Newsom and his staff at Four Seasons Termite a call at 989-7625 to rid you of all of those pesky bugs. And welcome back in here to Henderson, Tennessee, is on the hill for the Cardinals is number 1, John Richardson. Leading off for Chester County will be the shortstop, number 16, Jace Goff. It's the son of head coach Mike Goff. And so Chester County with their first at bat. And a ball outside. And there's Goff, lines it straight up the middle for the first base hit of the day for the Eagles. So that'll put a runner on first. And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 23, Callan Emerson. And Emerson takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Checks the runner Goff at first. Goes that way. Goff dives back in safely. And there's one sky high, second baseman going out. And that falls in. Center fielder gets it in. And it's going to be an 8-6 put out at second. Goff just as Emerson, that ball drops in, that counts as a hit. Just a super high, as they used to say. I don't know if I'd even call that one a Texas leaguer or not. But Hunter McLemore steps in, the pitcher for Chester County, number 7. Yeah, that's a ball down low. Folks on the other side of the press box arguing, was he safe or was he out? I'll take the high ground, and I won't even make a comment. It was bang, bang, either way you look at it. And what made that a hard play was Goff couldn't go anywhere till the ball hit the ground. So, you're only about maybe 5, 6, 7 steps off the base, so you don't have a lot of room to work with. And a strike right down the middle of the plate. 2-1 our count here with a runner on first. And McLemore fouls it off over to the intramural softball field here on the campus of Freed-Hardeman. So 2-2 the count. And that one's laced into right. That gets down. Old Chester County with their third hit here. Now with runners at first and second, that brings up Kobe Huffman, the right fielder, number 21. Quite a few folks who have made the trip down from Brighton. They will play here again at Five Wells Field tomorrow in a doubleheader. They will play Lawrence County and also then Hardin County. And there's a ball upstairs. Of course, tomorrow Paul and I will be just across the way over at Morgan Stadium, Tucker Field, for Freed-Hardeman Lady Lion softball. Game time tomorrow, 3 and 5, as the Blue Raiders from Lindsey Wilson will be coming to Henderson. Be a matchup of the number 3 Freed-Hardeman Lady Lions and the number 12 Lindsey Wilson Blue Raiders. Ought to be 4 good quality games, and there's the pickoff throw at second. Back in safe is Emerson. You can catch that action on the GoFHU Lions Stretch Internet portal. Just go to gofhulions.com/stretch as a called strike comes in. And it will be will be archived at Worthy Road Studios. As a matter of fact, on their YouTube channel, this game will go to, if you're familiar with Chester County, it will stay on the Streaming Eagle Media YouTube page, and I think Paul's going to download the 2 games and put them on the Worthy Road Studios page. You can also follow him at on Facebook at the BallGame Blitz. And a big swing and a miss. So the count goes 3 and 2. Our next game on the Streaming Eagle Media Network will be on April the 14th, which is a Friday, as the Indians from Northside will come to town. So now 2 outs on a swing and a miss, a strikeout. That brings up third baseman number 35, Dean Estes. Checks the runners, pitch away, ball 1. And a ball up and away again, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The Eagles have had 3 hits in the inning, have no runs to show for it, with runners at first and second. Goff forced out at second on that high fly ball hit by Emerson. And Estes with a swing and a miss on the outside corner. As Richardson has thrown quite a few pitches here in the first inning. And Estes tries to go the other way, fouls it off. So we're all even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Deuce is wild. And the pitch outside, ball 3, good eye by Estes there. Trying to work that outside part of the plate is Richardson. Notice down there, Paul, the guys behind the plate and in the field, the umpires have kind of bundled up a little bit. Runners on the move, ball 4. So Estes fights, draws the walk, loads the bases 4. Evan Shippers, the first baseman. So we got 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Eagles threatening, bases loaded. Richardson delivers down in the dirt, ball 1. Nice block up by the catcher there for the Cardinals, Tanner Reed. And the 1-0 pitch. Works the outside, a swing and a miss, strike 1. And there's another one down and away. Again, another nice block up there by the catcher, Reed. Two and 1 to count. And the pitch. Ball 3, down and away. So Shippers has worked the 3-1 count. It's a hitter's count as Reed goes out to talk to Richardson. And swings at the outside pitch for strike 2. So, Coach Joe would say 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3 runners on. The merry-go-round starts. And Shippers swings and misses. Richardson works out of a jam, gives up 3 hits, 1 walk, but surrenders no runs. We'll be back after these messages. At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. For all your coffee and cappuccino needs, stop by Besso's at 112 West Main Street. They open at 6 a.m. and close at 11:30 p.m. Again, that's Besso's at 112 West Main Street. And we come back as number 9, Colton Bryant, the right fielder, steps in. He swings at strike number 1. And he fouls that one off. So he builds a quick hole. 0-2 is the count. As McLemore delivers that one upstairs for ball number 1. Good pitch, though, by McLemore to see if he will chase it. And a called strike 3 for out number 1. And that will bring up number 33, Ben Lavelle, the second baseman for the Cardinals. And strike 1 on the outside corner, McLemore. And that one just off the corner outside. Yeah, sweeping breaking ball for strike 2. And McLemore's pitch delivered, ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice job by McLemore. So that's 2 up, 2 strikeouts here in the top of the second. And at the knees is the strike to number 14, Case Maxwell. And that pitch is a ball. And that one just off the outside corner for ball 2. So 2-1 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Again, I can't say thanks to Mr. Paul Schultze for coming down and giving us great camera work. And a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Check out his other work at Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. And McLemore reaches back a little bit for ball 3. If you have video work that needs to be done, truly a road studio. We got a mobile studio. Everything that Paul has is portable. And ball 4. So Brighton gets a base runner here in the top of the second. But everything is portable. There's no in-house studio equipment. He can travel to anything that you might need to be done. You can give him a call at 731-499-1730. And a sky-high foul ball. Paul, I hope that doesn't hit your car. I don't have enough money to pay for a new windshield. He came down on his own today, volunteered to come down, He's the true definition of will work for food. I had to buy his supper for him, and I was happy to do that. As the pickoff attempt back over to first, back in safely. And right down the center of the plate for strike two. So 0-2 the count here on the catcher, Tanner Reed. And the payoff. And they're going to appeal the call, and he says no. I would disagree with that one. Sure looked like he broke the plane on that to me. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. McLemore comes set, checks his runner, comes to the plate. That one up high. And McLemore comes just off the outside corner. This umpire is not giving much to the outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first will be off. There he goes. And there's a line shot straight to center field. And over the head of Timby as he misjudged it. 1 run will score, and it will be it's going to be a stand-up triple. So Brighton gets on the board first. On a line shot, the hardest ball in the business as the courtesy runner comes in. It looks like number 31, Cade Dunlap. That's the hardest play to make in baseball when you get a line drive shot right at you. Paul, we have company over here in front of me. And it's a ball downstairs. We have company over here. There's a nice spider up there in the corner. Reminds me of the days working out at the park formerly known as Pringles Park. Every game we'd had to clear the windows out of the spiders. You could tear a web down one day and it'd be right back the next day. And flashing the glove over there at second. Easton Loveless for the 3rd out. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 2nd with Brighton up now 1-0. We'll be back after these messages.
Community Bank is proud to announce that they've finally opened their Henderson location, conveniently located at 1007 U.S. Highway 45. For all your banking needs, please visit Community Bank. Contact them at 989-0204. That is the Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Simmons Lumber Company, located at 668 West Main Street. A full-line building materials distributor, whether it be small hardware, paint, electrical needs, plumbing needs, you'll find all that you need at Simmons Lumber Company. Give them a call at 989-2991.
And welcome back in. We are here in Henderson, Tennessee at Five Wells Field. Up for Chester County, the catcher, number 22, Ty Manus. Chester County had a prime opportunity in the first inning, bases loaded with one out, and couldn't push a run across. And they called strike on the outside corner. And Brighton takes advantage of a walk and a misplayed ball out in center field to take a 1-0 lead, and a ball inside. And that one up and away, 4-2. And on the outside, a swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss for out number 1. And that brings up the designated hitter, number 17, Brooks Johnson. And Johnson takes the ball downstairs. And that Johnson hit by a pitch. So he will take first base. And that will bring up center fielder number 88, Aiden Timby. And after Timby, Chester County will flip back to the top of the lineup with Jace Goff. Timby squares the bunt, pulls it back, ball downstairs, ball 1. And checks the runner back over at first. Johnson back in safely. And the pitch. Downstairs, ball 2. Don't forget tomorrow, the Lion baseball team, the Freed Hardeman Lion baseball team, will travel to Lebanon, Tennessee for a 9-inning game against Cumberland University. And strike 1 to Timby. And Timby offers at the bunt. Strike 2, so 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Timby. And the pickoff, and the runner takes off. Johnson, and a wild throw from the first baseman goes into left field. So Johnson is going to move up to second on a throwing error by the first baseman on the pickoff. Well, Chester County now with a runner in scoring position at second. Turn right? No, okay. And a called strike 3 right at the knees, pitch too close to take. So that brings up Goff, who led the game off with a single straight up the middle. And with 2 outs, you got to be swinging the bat here. As the breaking pitch doesn't get down for ball one. Richardson has settled down since a rough start, giving up 3 hits there in the first, but did not surrender any runs. And that one fouled back. Paul, what did you say? What do you have going on this weekend? Any other than Fred Hardeman's tomorrow and Friday, or Friday and Saturday? You don't have anything on Sunday this week, other than your church services. Okay, Union softball Sunday. Pitch upstairs 2-1. Delta State's coming to town. That's a 1 o'clock start.
The announcer will be Delta State.
Oh. That's weird. How'd you do that?
He's I guess, a ex-Union.
Oh, so he's going to be at the game and he's going to tie into your his call back into your feed. So interesting.
Calling for them, but then I'll be.
Interesting. Using the visiting team's audio feed from a alumni. Probably, I think he says he thinks of Union. That's interesting. But hey, it works. It works, right? So we're a full count here. Johnson at second. Richardson comes to the plate. And that pitch hit golf. So that brings up Callan Emerson, also singled in the first. So you got runners now at first and second for the Eagles, threatening for the second straight inning with 2 outs. See the wind picking up there. And taken for strike number 1. Down, I don't know if Paul can get a good picture of the umpire behind the plate. Just look at his pants legs and his jacket. You can see the wind is picking up, coming across from right to left. And a foul ball out of play. So 0-2 the count on Emerson. I don't hardly believe it's 53 degrees. And strike 3. So we go to the top of the third with Brighton leading 1-0. We'll be right back.
Community Bank is proud to announce that they finally opened their Henderson location, conveniently located at 1007 U.S. Highway 45. For all your banking needs, please visit Community Bank. Contact them at 989-0204. That is the Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Simmons Lumber Company, located at 668 West Main Street, a full-line building materials distributor, whether it be small hardware, paint, electrical needs, plumbing needs, you'll find all that you need at Simmons Lumber Company. Give them a call at 989-2991.
All right, we come back with the top of the third. Coming up for Brighton, number 2, Zach Graham, the center fielder, the number 9 hitter. So Brighton will roll their lineup back to the top here as we're in the top of the third. 1-0 our score. And lays down a bunt. McLemore picks it, fields it, throws it to Shippers for out number 1. And that takes us back to the top of the order. Andrew Davis, third baseman for the Cardinals. Count 0-1. And McLemore delivers. Curveball breaks away. Ball 1. Ball 2 comes in. 2 balls, a strike, 1 out. And ball 3 up and tight inside. Well, even the weather app says it's 55 degrees with light rain falling. Did see a few umbrellas out a moment ago, but everybody's put them away now. But the wind coming out of the west at 15. And there's a sky high. That may stay in play for Shippers. Shippers drifts. The wind pushes it back into fair territory, but a nice job by Evan Shippers to pull that in. And that'll be 2 outs now for the Cardinals as Bennett Stutz steps in. Number 23. And McLemore delivers the ball just off the outside corner. And a strike. Oh, there. So it's starting to. Yeah, you can look at the concrete here down on the front down below us, and you can see if where the raindrops are falling, but they're not falling real hard as that one bounces in front of the plate. Ball 2. As long as it doesn't start a super downpour, Paul. Of course, you don't have any cameras out there to worry about today. You can relax about that. But the beauty of this field is it can rain, it can quit raining, and you'll be right back out there playing on the turf. And that one down the right field line. Is it going to stay? It's going to bounce foul for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And there's the one left right field. That's going to drop in for a hit. So Stutz singles to right field in front of Huffman. And that brings up number 10, Luke Perkins, the big first baseman for the Cardinals. And there's a drive. That's going to be a gapper. And 1 hops to the wall. Headed for third is Perkins. 1 run scores. Perkins slides safely into third. A gapper by the light pole out there in right field. That brings up Colton Bryant, their right fielder. Left-hander. And Bryant takes a ball upstairs. So going to score 2-0 now. And that one fouled back to the net. And that one on the outside corner, a swing and a miss. So a ball and 2 strikes now to Bryant. And that one again fouled straight back. And McLemore delivers. And there's a shot to left field. That's going to be down in the corner. And holding up its second is Bryant. That'll bring up number 33, Ben Lavelle. That's the 4th hit for the Cardinals. And Lavelle swings for strike number 1. Ball 2. And that one bounces in front of the plate for ball 2, 2-1. And a called strike on the outside corner. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. We do have 2 outs. And the payoff fouled off. Again, McLemore, high fly ball. It's going to be in shallow. Timby coming in. And I think, let's see, who made the catch? Timby makes the catch. So that gives us out number 3 as we're going to move to the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be back.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. At 375 North Church Avenue is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. Fill up with quality Marathon gasoline. Pick up any assorted products at the drive-thru window. Again, that's Odin's at 375 North Church Avenue.
And welcome back in as Hunter McLemore steps in. Chester County down 3-0 here in the bottom of the third. Plenty of time. Chester County's been able to hit the ball, and the ball outside. And McLemore lifts one out to right. Right fielder going back to the track. And will be a ground rule double as it's one hops over the fence. And that brings up Kobe Huffman. Mm-hmm. Yep, just like softball, 7 innings for high school baseball. And a big swing and a miss. Checks back more, and another swing and a miss by Huffman. So 0-2 now, our count here. Tries to get Huffman to chase that pitch out, up and away. And a called strike three, breaking pitch came back in, caught that outside corner. And Dean Estes steps in, takes ball one. And ball two way outside. And that one, wild pitch, steps away from the catcher. So McLemore will advance to third. But moves the count to 3-0 on Estes. And Estes takes strike one on the outside corner. And Estes drills one up the middle for a single. That'll drive in McLemore for the first Chester County run of the day. And that'll bring up Evan Shippers. So Estes on first with one out. And that one away. Catcher spins around there, gets that glove turned and pulls it in. Great job by Reed. And downstairs again. 4-2. And ball 3 to Shippers, so 3-0. Richardson having to work a little bit here in the bottom of the third. And a strike called. So still the hitters count for Shippers. And Shippers fouls that one back at the plate. So count goes full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Shippers, for the second time today, strikes out. And that'll bring up the catcher, Ty Manus. So you get 2 outs and a runner on first for the Eagles. And a ball way outside. Estes. And there's a shot by Manus. That's down. Estes streaking for third. Manus headed to second. It'll be a single. And that'll put runners at second and third. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Brooks Johnson, who got hit by a pitch in his first at bat. So 2 outs, runners on second and third. Johnson takes a ball downstairs. Ball 1 ball, no strikes. And that one just misses down low for ball 2. And he called strike on the outside corner. Well, Richardson delivers. Johnson lifts one to left, and that's going to get down. It's going to get by this left fielder. Estes scores, and around third comes the pinch runner, number 32, Chase Garner. So the Eagles have scored 3 to even it up here in the bottom of the third, with Brooks Johnson with a 2 runs, 2 RBI single. That brings up center fielder Aiden Timby for the Eagles. Timely hitting is what it's about in baseball and softball. Runners at second and third, timely hit there by Johnson. And a ball downstairs. Ball 1 on Timby. One over the count. There's the pitch. There's another one downstairs. Ball 2. No action, though, down in the Brighton bullpen. Richardson checks. Timby lifts one out of play. 4 strike one. 2-1 to count. And Timby laces one to right. That's going to get down for a base hit as Johnson holds up at second. So the Eagles now with 8 hits. And that brings us back to the top of the order to Jace Goff, who led the game off with a single right up the middle. And going to get a visit from the coach to the mound. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a quick break with them.
Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the Chester County Eagles all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a tradition of personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. We value your time and do business with.
And we'll come back. Little old First Bank a commercial break as Goff steps in. And a pitch outside for ball 1. And now we see action down in the Brighton bullpen. Checking his runner. Comes to the plate, and Goff puts one in center. That's a one hop to the center fielder, and around comes Johnson. The throw to the plate is not in time. So the Eagles take the lead 4-3, scoring 4 here in the bottom of the third. Timby moves up to second. And that brings up Callan Emerson, who had a sky-high single in the first. It fell just in front, and it forced out Goff at second. So 2-out rally here for the Eagles. And that one down in the dirt. Nice block up there by the catcher, Reed. And Emerson takes the pitch up high. Ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. And a strike taken down the middle of the plate. And the throw to first is dropped by the first baseman. Timby gets around third, scores at the plate. Goff moves up to third. That brings up the pitcher, Hunter McLemore, as another error on the Cardinals. So McLemore can help his own cause right here. Runners at first and third. And a call, strike one right down the middle of the plate. Emerson at first, Goff at second. Let's see if Coach Goff puts Emerson in motion right here. And no, and McLemore, ground ball to the shortstop across the diamond to first. The scoop, the play, and that makes 3 outs, but not before the Eagles score 5. And to take a 5-3 lead as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And right back after these messages.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. For all your coffee and cappuccino needs, stop by Besso's at 112 West Main Street. They open at 6 a.m. and close at 11:30 p.m. Again, that's Besso's at 112 West Main Street.
And welcome back is Case Maxwell at the plate for the Cardinals. As fouls that one off. The first base side for strike one. And Maxwell steps out. And McLemore's pitch bounces in front of the plate for ball number one. Just a misty, just enough to be annoying, right? And there's a shot to second base. Scoop, toss, and a throw wide of Shippers. So an error committed by Chester County allows a base runner. That's Lovelace at second, makes the throwing error. And that'll bring up number 17, Tanner Reed, the catcher for the Cardinals. And as Paul said, just a little bit of an annoying rain. And so on a turf field, that's going to be damp. And there is a sky-high foul ball out of play. So that could have not had a good grip on it, but still. So 0-1 to count here on Reed. And McLemore's pitch up and away, as on deck is Eli Bishop, the designated hitter. he called strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes, runner on first. Yes, that was ball 2. And they called strike 3. Out number 1. That brings up the designated hitter, number 21, Eli Bishop. Pitch upstairs. And that one fouled straight back over the top of the press box. Ball in the strike. And they called strike 2. Ball and 2 strikes now on Bishop. And the payoff out inside and in the dirt. Good block by Manus. Ooh, ball 3. Can we turn this one? Can this side be turned off? Yeah, we got the window closed. It does. If you need a light, I'll give you a flashlight. Okay. And ball 4. So now runners at first and second for Brighton, as stepping up is the center fielder, number 2, Zach Graham. As Manus goes out to talk to McLemore. Still don't see any action down in the bullpen. I believe the rain may be coming down a little bit harder out there now. As McLemore steps off. Reaches back, fires a called strike 1. And they call strike 2 on the outside corner as Graham thought about a bunt, but he pulls it back. So now 0-2 should take the bunt off. See if the coach has confidence in him for the bunt. And pitch outside. And that one downstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. foul ball down the third base line. And the ball upstairs, so count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners on, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And that one fouled straight back. So we'll do it all again. And the payoff is a called strike 3 for out number 2. So we go back to the top of the order. Andrew Davis steps up. And McLemore reaches back, throws a strike. And that one bounces front of plate, gets away from Manus, but the base runners stay put. And McLemore delivers on the outside corner for strike 2. So you have 2 outs here. 1 and 2 is the count. 2 runners on. And McLemore misses outside. And a call, strike 3 on the outside corner. So we will go to the bottom of the 4th with Chester County with a 5-0 lead. We'll be right back after these messages.
Pesky insects trying to invade your home? If so, you can give Jerry Newsom and his staff at Four Seasons Termite a call at 989-7625 to rid you of all of those pesky bugs.
Toby Huffman up to the plate. As Cade Croson comes to the mound in relief of John Richardson. And that one got him on the wrist. That'll put a runner at first for the Eagles. That'll bring up number 35, Dean Estes, third baseman, playing third today. Normally plays at second. And Estes takes a strike on the outside corner. And there's the ball, one hop, 6-3, double play. There's a shortstop with a nice play. Thought about going to second base, but I believe if he'd have done the relay, Estes probably would have been safe. That brings up Evan Shippers. And a strike on the outside corner. Caught the front part of the corner of the plate, and it's swing and a miss by Shippers, so 0-2 quickly. And that one down in the dirt. I don't know if that's the proper thing to say here on a turf field or not. And that one just misses on the inside part of the plate for evens the count at 2-2. And they called strike three for out number 3. So we're going to move on to the top of the 5th with the Eagles in the lead, 5-3. We'll be back after these messages.
Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the Chester County Eagles all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a tradition of personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. We value your time and do business with timeless values. That's First Bank, located at 101 East Main Street. Member FDIC. Zach Hannis of KC Realty is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. For all your real estate needs, stop by 459 East Main Street, ask for Zach, or give him a call at 608-6804.
And there you can see the rain. Great camera work by my good friend Paul Schultze today from Worthy Road Studios. Again, Paul covers a wide array of events. He does weddings. He's done funerals. He does church services. He does all kinds of sporting events. Was introduced to Paul several years ago by Mr. David Wade. And of course, have become good friends with many of the folks who work with Paul. Tomorrow we'll be over at Morgan Stadium at Associates Field, Tucker Field, for Freed Hardeman Lady Lions softball. And ball one. And that one lifted in foul territory. He's going to stay in. Shippers, yes, he comes back. Oh, and it goes off his glove and he drops it. So that's just a strike. Tough play. The wind's blowing that direction, Paul, towards it's blowing out towards left as you look at the rain. Our broadcast time tomorrow, game time is 3 o'clock. We'll go on the air. It'll probably be, and there's a single to right field. That's Stutz. That brings up first baseman Luke Perkins, who hit a shot down the left field line. And that one gets away from McLemore. Yeah, that ball just got out of his hand there. And McLemore hits the outside corner that time for strike one. As mentioned, and we'll be going on the air. It's probably be more like 5 to 3 or so is when we usually go on the Go FHU Lions stretch site. And that one bounces away from Manus. Be a wild pitch. Allows the runner to advance to second. We'll have a game starts at 3. And the game will follow 30 minutes following conclusion of that. Scheduled time says 5 o'clock. And ball 2, down and away. As I said, the Lady Lions ranked number 3 in the country, going to take on the Blue Raiders of Lindsey Wilson, ranked number 12 in the country. Men's baseball, it free travels to Cumberland University in Lebanon, Tennessee tomorrow. They're ranked number 20 in the country. 2-2 the count, nobody out. Runner on second. And fouled off. Count stays 2-2. Tomorrow we'll have 7 cameras tomorrow. 6 or 7? 6. 6 cameras tomorrow over covering Lady Lions softball action. And Estes Fields, throw across the diamond to Shippers is good. Runner advances to third on the throw. But 1 out. And that brings up right fielder Colton Bryant. And a called strike at the knees. And that one lifted into shallow. Nope, doesn't even make the right field. Lovelace makes the play at second. So that's out number 2. Runner still at third. That brings up number 33, Ben Lavelle. See if McLemore can work around the leadoff base hit. And another grounder at S. That's one hop. Across the diamond. Strong throw to Shippers. Good for out number 3. So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th with the Eagles up 5-3. We'll be back after these messages.
Community Bank is proud to announce that they finally opened their Henderson location, conveniently located at 1007 U.S. Highway 45. For all your banking needs, please visit Community Bank. Contact them at 989-0204. That is Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Are you looking for a quality pre-owned car? Or maybe you need to service your current vehicle? If so, visit Lonnie Cobb Ford at 1618 Highway 45. Call them at 989-2121.
And the rain continues to fall here at Five Wells Field in Henderson on the campus of Freed-Hardeman University. Stepping up to the plate will be the catcher, number 22, Ty Manus for the Eagles. As Brighton warmed up very quickly. As Davis begins his second inning of work, Manus swings at the outside pitch for strike number 1. And Manus fouls that one off. And out of play. As the ball comes in from the dugout, hits the ground, and the catcher throws it back immediately. As Manus drives one to center. Camping under it, making the catch for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up designated hitter Brooks Johnson. Plate umpire doing a good job checking with the pitcher to see if he wants a new ball. And Johnson pops that one up on the infield. Third baseman makes a catch for out number 2. As you hear the train in the background. Last night we thought we were going to hear the freight train sound as the storm blew through about 6:30. And they call strike on the outside corner. Most of the damage in Jackson is in that downtown area in the Lambeth area, by the hospital, out towards Denmark, towards the airport, McKellar-Sipes, and then out towards the ballpark in Jackson on F.E. Wright Drive. A called strike. Oh, a ball and 2 strikes now to Timby. And the catcher tries to pull it in and frame it, but doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Fortunately, wasn't any that I know of any injuries in that grounder to the shortstop. Timby is going to beat it out. That'll be an infield hit. Runner will go to second on a throwing error. He was there before the ball ever got there. Not in this condition, you can't. I'm going to take my error off. But Timby was already there before the ball got there, but the ball got by the first baseman and went out of play, allowed him to go to second. And a ball downstairs on Golf. Leadoff man for the Eagles. Golf tries to go the other way, fouls it off, out of play. And nice block there by Reed. Keeps Timby at second. And Golf grounds to second. Over to first for the out. So we'll go to the top of the sixth with the Eagles still in control. 5-3 is our score. We'll be back.
Community Bank is proud to announce that they finally opened their Henderson location, conveniently located at 1007 U.S. Highway 45. For all your banking needs, please visit Community Bank. Contact them at 989-0204. That is the Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Simmons Lumber Company, located at 668 West Main Street. A full-line building materials distributor, whether it be small hardware, paint, electrical needs, plumbing needs, you'll find all that you need at Simmons Lumber Company. Give them a call at 989-2991.
And welcome back in. We're at 5 Wells Field on the campus of Freed-Hardeman University. Thank you. As Macklin begins the 6th inning. Facing Case Maxwell. Swing and a miss. '23. So 0-1 the count. Fouled out of play by Maxwell. The count. And a swing and a miss for out number 1. Ball 1 outside to the catcher, Tanner Reed. High foul ball out of play on the third base side. So ball and a strike. And a strike on the outside corner. So a ball and 2 strikes. And McLemore's delivery right on the outside corner, helped by Manus' frame job for out number 2. That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 21, Eli Bishop. Don't forget, tomorrow, these same Brighton Cardinals will be back here at 5 Wells Field. They'll be playing in a doubleheader. They will play Lawrence County and Hardin County tomorrow. And a swing and a miss. 2 strikes to count now on the designated hitter, Bishop. McLemore reaches back and throws hard, but it's a ball. And a foul tip held on to by Manus for out number 3. Oh, we go to the bottom of the 6th with Chester County up 5-3 back.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Show your team spirit with all your Eagle gear. You can find it at Oliver's Custom Printing and Embroidery, where they specialize in custom screen printing, embroidery, awards, and recognition products. That's Oliver's Custom Printing and Embroidery at 651 East Main Street in Henderson.
And we are back with Chester County at the plate. Callan Emerson takes a strike. And he swings and his bat ends up so 0-2 the count now. And that one bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. Mm-hmm. And that one fouled off. And he just throws his hands. That's going to get down for the 11th hit for the Eagles. And that'll bring up Hunter McLemore for Chester County. And a ball up and away. Chester County could use a insurance run or two here in the bottom of the sixth. They're at the top of the order. 2, 3, 4. And nice block there by Reed. Ball 2 down in the dirt. And a called strike on the inside corner of the plate. And that one, little chin music right there. 4-3. And ball 4 upstairs. The curve didn't quite get down. And that'll bring up number 21, Kobe Huffman. Nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth. Runners at first and second. No action in either bullpen. Huffman turns, squares to bunt, and foul ball down the third base line. Cleanup hitter doesn't look comfortable bunting. And that one way outside. Reed with a nice job sliding over. So a ball and a strike on Huffman. And Huffman straight over my head for strike 2. Rain still coming down. And a called strike 3 right on the outside corner for out number 1. And that brings up third baseman number 35, Dean Estes. Made 2 fine plays earlier from the field. And Estes goes inside out on that inside pitch, fouls it off down the first base line for strike 1. And again, fouled off down the first base line. So 0-2 the count now on Estes. And Estes takes it up and in, ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And on the outside corner. I know a lot of people don't like that, but the umpire's been consistent all day on that call. That brings up Evan Shippers, first baseman for the Eagles. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Chester County with a 2-run lead. And Shippers fouls that one off. Coach Goff down in the third base box, scoops it up. And Shippers takes strike two. And Shippers drills one down the right field line into the corner. 1 run in. Man, Coach Goff holds McLemore at third. That's Chester County's 12th hit of the day for a stand-up double for Evan Shippers. And that'll bring up the catcher, Ty Manus. As Chester County adds a run, Insurance now doubled up on Brighton, 6-3. And that pitch, a ball. And Manus swings through that one, strike one. So 1-1 the count. RBI opportunity here for Manus with runners at second and third. And Manus fouls that one off. So 1-2 the count with 2 outs. Here comes the payoff. Manus, hard ground ball to third. Third baseman up across the diamond for out number 3. So we'll move to the top of the 7th. After Chester County adds an insurance run, Brighton now is behind 6-3. We'll be back with more after these messages.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, and friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. For all your coffee and cappuccino needs, stop by Besso's at 112 West Main Street. They open at 6 a.m. and close at 11:30 p.m. Again, that's Besso's at 112 West Main Street.
All right, we go on to the top of the seventh. Chester County with a 6-3 lead over the Cardinals of Brighton. And MJ Paramore, it looks like, a lefty, is going to step in as a pinch hitter. Hunter McLemore going for the complete game. As a strike is the call. And that one is going to hit him. So a runner's going to be at first. And that's going to bring up the top of the order, Andrew Davis, third baseman. And McLemore comes up and in for ball number one. And nobody throwing in the Chester County bullpen down the left field line. And a ground ball. Goff over to Lovelace to get the lead runner for out number one. So a fielder's choice for Davis. That brings up Bennett Stutz. And so Stutz, first pitch lined up the middle for a single. Timby fields it, gets it back in. That brings up first baseman Luke Perkins for the Cardinals. Top of the seventh here. Threat now with one out. Runners on first and second. And a strike right on the outside corner of the plate. Nice pitch by Hunter McLemore. And there's a sky-high fly ball. Timby has a bead. Makes the catch. Runner tags. And no throw. And runner from first goes to second. Nobody covering there. So now the runners have moved to second and third. But the good news is, if there's good news about that, is there are now two outs. And that'll bring up right fielder Colton Bryant. Oh, and there's a shot down the first base line. Shippers couldn't come up with it. And so 2 runs are going to score. And we're going to score that at E3. as Shippers had all day to make that play. It wasn't a super hard hit ball. That brings up number 33, Ben Lavelle. 2 outs here, 6-5 our score now. And McLemore reaches back, fires, fouled off, strike number 1. Never a dull moment in a high school game, Paul. Never. Never know what's going to happen, whether it be baseball or softball. And there's a soft fly into left. Picked up by Callan Emerson. So now you got runners at first and second again. Still have 2 outs as Case Maxwell steps in. That is the 7th hit. And there's another hit. Let's see, Timby comes to the plate, and the throw not in time. So Brighton ties it here. And Coach Goff has seen enough. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher. So you got runners still now at first and second with 2 outs. Our score all tied. And that's going to be all for McLemore as we see Drake Garner coming in. We'll be back with more right after this on the Streaming Eagle Media Network.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, and friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. For all your coffee and cappuccino needs, stop by Besso's at 112 West Main Street. They open at 6 a.m. and close at 11:30 p.m. Again, that's Besso's at 112 West Main Street. Pesky insects trying to invade your home? If so, you can give Jerry Newsom and his staff at Four Seasons Termite a call at 989-7625 to rid you of all of those pesky bugs.
And coming to bat for the Cardinals, the catcher, number 17, Tanner Reed. As Chester County brings Drake Garner out. And there's a fly ball. And Huffman, snow cone, makes the catch down the right field line. So let's go to the bottom of the 7th. All tied, 6-6. We'll be right back with more on the Streaming Eagle Media.
Pesky insects trying to invade. Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the Chester County Eagles all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a tradition of personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. We value your time and do business with timeless values. That's First Bank, located at 101 East Main Street. Member FDIC. Zach Hannis of KC Realty is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. For all your real estate needs, stop by 459 East Main Street, ask for Zach, or give him a call at 608-6804.
And welcome back to Five Wheels Field. Brooks Johnson steps in for the Eagles. As you'll have 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order for the Eagles. And Johnson takes strike one. And the ball upstairs and away. 1-1. Chester County needs to find a way to get a base runner on. You're not running too far behind. That ball fouled out of play. 1-2 the count. Not much of a delay, it seems, there. And ball 2 down low and in the dirt. And Johnson drives one. Short, shallow, left center field. Center fielder pulls it in for out number 1. And that'll bring Aiden Timby to the plate. And Timby takes strike one at the knees. And that one misses down low. And that curveball catches the inside corner of the plate for strike number 2. 1-2 the count now on Timby. And that one up and away. And Timby, strike 3. Oh, you're going to get a swinging strikeout, K2-3. That's out number 2. That brings up Jace Goff. And Goff takes ball 1 outside. And that one upstairs, ball 2. Coach's kid here probably knows what his dad's expecting of him. And that one's downstairs, ball 3. And strike 1. And Golf works his way on with a walk. And that'll bring up Callan Emerson. So Chester County with 2 outs does have a base runner. And check the runner at first. And Emerson takes it up and in. Ball 1. Croson on the mound still for Brighton. And another ball upstairs. It's 2-0 now. It has looks like Hunter McLemore is going to re-enter to hit. And Emerson drives 1. Pushes the center fielder back, makes the catch. So we are going to go to extra innings here at Five Wells Field. We'll be back after these words.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, and friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. On at 375 North Church Avenue is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. Fill up with quality Marathon gasoline. Pick up any assorted products at the drive-thru window. Again, that's Odin's at 375 North Church Avenue.
And we welcome you back to Five Wells Field here in Henderson. We're in extra innings as we go to the top of the 8th. Is the first pitch here to Bishop. And there's a high fly ball left field. Coming in with the catch. Out number 1. That brings up Zach Graham, center fielder, with 1 out. And that one's a ball downstairs. And upstairs, ball 2. Let's see if one of them will go get you one. And there's one straight down the middle. 2 balls and a strike now on Graham. And there's another drive down in left field. Hauling it in is Emerson. That's out number 2. This is Andrew Davis coming to the plate. And that's going to be a little flare. That's going to fall in for a base hit for Davis. And that brings up Bennett Stutz.
Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Bennett Stutz.
And it's a ball upstairs. Ball, no strike, runner at first. There's the pitch. Fouled straight back. Strike 1. Thank you, sir. And another one fouled back as the runner was in motion. So a hit and run on. 1-2 the count now to Stutz. And the ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And foul ball. Now, McLemore has moved to third, so Estes has moved to second. That means the pitcher, number 25, Garner, is in the non-hitting position. And there's a high fly ball. Shippers comes in, makes the catch for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, all even 6-6.
Our last announcement about the concession stand. We're currently running a deal on any hot food. Everything is $1. So go to the concession stand, support the.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. At 375 North Church Avenue is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. Fill up with quality Marathon gasoline. Pick up any assorted products at the drive-thru window. Again, that's Odin's at 375 North Church Avenue. At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up the purpose.
And welcome back to the bottom of the 8th. Hunter McLemore will be leading us off for the Eagles. Pitched a good game, lost just a little steam there in the top of the 6th, or top of the 7th. And there's a ball outside. Now Chester County needs to find a way to get a base runner. Pitch delivered up high. And that one fouled back. And McLemore fouls that one. Oh, knock somebody's hot chocolate over down there, Paul. Hits in the corner.
Well, it's only $1 if you get it.
Yeah, they go get a new one for $1, I guess, can't they? Yeah, that's right. They just announced hot food, half price. And McLemore puts it on the ground. Second baseman picks it up, throws over to first for out. Number 1. And that'll bring up Kobe Huffman. And that's a ball downstairs.
Now batting for the Eagles, Kobe Huffman.
And again, down and away, down and in the dirt for ball 2. And he called strike 1. And ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike here on Emerson with Estes on deck. And strike 2. And a call strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 2. That brings up Dean Estes. Coach Goff not happy about that call. He's been making it all night, though. I mean, it's both ways. It's all you from the home plate umpire. You want consistency. And Estes takes the ball upstairs. And another ball. 2-0. And Estes goes the other way, lines out to the right fielder for out number 3. So we're going to go to the top of the 9th. All even. We'll be back right here on the Streaming Eagle Media Network. Luke Perkins up for the Cardinals here in the top of the 9th. And ball outside. And that one fouled off. That one up and in. Almost getting Perkins. So 3, 4, and 5 hitters here for the Cardinals. And fouled down the third base line. Evens the count 2-2. And ball 3. And walks him. So the Cardinals with a base runner with nobody out. That'll bring up number 9, Colton Bryant.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 9, Colton Bryant.
So Bryant stands in with a runner on first. And a strike. So for 0-1 count here. And there's a base hit to right field. Runner holds at second. And an error allows both runners to move up. So runners at second and third with nobody out. That brings up Ben Lavelle.
Now back, second baseman, number 33, Ben Lavelle.
Thank you. And strike one. Garner delivers a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count now. Two runners in scoring position. Second, third, nobody out. Not sure where that one was. So anyway, ball one. 1-2 the count. Strikeout here would be huge, and there's the pitch, and that one is down and away, evens the count at 2-2. And there's the swing and a miss for out number one. And that will bring up number 14, Case Maxwell.
Walking to the plate for the Cardinals, number 14, Casey Maxwell.
And that one downstairs for ball one. That one's fouled out of play over the third base line dugout, or the bleachers on the third base side. And ball two is Maxwell has to duck out of the way on that pitch. And a ball upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Hitters count right here. And ball forward. That one gets away. So bases loaded now with just one out. Bringing up the catcher, Tanner Reed.
Now hitting, number 17, Tanner Reed.
And Reed laces one to left center. 1 run will score. And holding at third. Perkins scores. And And that'll bring up the designated hitter Eli Bishop. 7-6 now, the Brighton lead.
Now batting the Cardinals' designated hitter, number 21, Eli Bishop.
And we've got a courtesy runner over for the catcher. And there's a high fly ball. Deep enough probably to score the run. Emerson catches it. And run scores. Runners move up to second and third on the sac fly.
Following the sac fly, now batting the center fielder, number 2, Zach Graham.
That brings up Zach Graham, the center fielder. And that pitch up high. Still just one out here in the top of the ninth. And a called strike. And that one fouled out of play. And that one fouled out of play, so the count stays 0-2. And that one's a ball outside and down and low. Ball one. And the ground ball to Estes. Estes comes up with it over to Shippers for the third out. But we're going to go to the bottom of the ninth. Chester County now trails 8-6. We'll be back in just a few moments. We're going to keep the video feed live, but we're going to take a little break. And we are back. Evan Shipper steps in as Chester County starts the bottom of the ninth, down 2, 8-6. And a ball down and away. remind you today, for those who have watched this game and maybe you have watched the JV game, it's two separate files on the Streaming Eagle Media page. Mr. Paul will be sharing that on the Worthy Roads page here, not in a little while. But if you like the one camera work that you've seen today, and Paul has done a great job with the camera work, tomorrow at the softball game over at Tucker Field, 6 cameras. There'll be a center field view, first base. There'll be the pitcher's mound, the batter's box. There'll be several different views, and Shipper is out 6-3 for out number 1. But you can tune in. You'll have to go to the Go FHU Lions /stretch. And yes, I think it does say baseball, but click that link, and it'll take you to the softball games. Had a little technical error there at the beginning. I haven't looked at it today to see if it's been fixed. But if you see the words versus Lindsey Wilson, it will be the softball game. But I appreciate Paul coming down, giving his time to me tonight to put this together. Oh, 2 balls now, the count on Manus, the catcher. Brooks Johnson on deck. And Manus, hard grounder to short. Again, high throw, tagged out. So 6-3, tag out for out number 2. Brooks Johnson has Chester County down to their final out. They've rallied with 2 outs so far tonight. As you have Johnson at bat and Timby on deck. And Johnson takes one. Down and in, ball 1. And Johnson laces one into center field for a single. That'll be the 13th hit for the Eagles tonight. That'll bring up Aiden Timby. And Timby pops it up on the infield, and that'll do it. As Brighton gets to come from behind win, scoring 5 runs, 3 in the top of the 7th and 2 in the top of the 9th to get the win. And we'll be right back. I'm going to We'll be back in about 4 minutes to wrap this one up.
At the People's Bank of Henderson, their name sums up their purpose. Since 1920, they have been building strong and positive relationships with the people they serve. They are dedicated to the success of all of their customers. Their commitment is to provide you with a fair, personal, friendly service that goes above and beyond what you would expect. The People's Bank, located at 573 East Main Street, telephone 989-2840. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Show your team spirit with all your Eagle gear. You can find it at Oliver's Custom Printing and Embroidery, where they specialize in custom screen printing, embroidery, awards, and recognition products. That's Oliver's Custom Printing and Embroidery at 651 East Main Street in Henderson. Small communities have the biggest school spirit. That's why First Bank is proud to support the Chester County Eagles all season long. First Bank, where it's not about being the biggest, just about being the best for our customers. We're a tradition of personal, friendly service and local lending that makes relationships last a lifetime. We value your time and do business with timeless values. That's First Bank, located at 101 East Main Street. Member FDIC. Zach Hannis of KC Realty is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. For all your real estate needs, stop by 459 East Main Street, ask for Zach, or give him a call at 608-6804. Community Bank is proud to announce that they finally opened their Henderson location, conveniently located at 1007 U.S. Highway 45. For all your banking needs, please visit Community Bank. Contact them at 989-0204. That is the Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Is pesky insects trying to invade your home? If so, you can give Jerry Newsom and his staff at Four Seasons Termite a call at 989-7625 to rid you of all of those pesky bugs. For all your coffee and cappuccino needs, stop by Besso's at 112 West Main Street. They open at 6 a.m. and close at 11:30 p.m. Again, that's Besso's at 112 West Main Street. Are you looking for a quality pre-owned car? Or maybe you need to service your current vehicle. If so, visit Lonnie Cobb Ford at 1618 Highway 45. Call them at 989-2121. Thon at 375 North Church Avenue is a proud supporter of Chester County High School athletics. Fill up with quality Marathon gasoline. Pick up any assorted products at the drive-thru window. Again, that's Odin's at 375 North Church Avenue. Phelps and his friendly staff at Phelps Eye Care are here to serve all of your vision needs. All the latest technology is available for you to make sure your eyes stay in tip-top shape. Phelps Eye Care, located at 138 South Washington Avenue, or calls 989-5311. Simmons Lumber Company, located at 668 West Main Street, a full-line building materials distributor. Whether it be small hardware, paint, electrical needs, plumbing needs, you'll find
And welcome back to Five Wells Field here on the campus of Freed-Hardeman University, where the Cardinals of Brighton have defeated the Eagles of Chester County 8-6. Brighton put together 10 hits. They commit 2 errors. Chester County, to garner their 6 runs, they had 13 hits but committed 4 errors. 2 of those errors very costly in the top of the 7th, where Brighton was able to come back and even the score at 6 before it went to extra innings. Our next broadcast for Chester County Sports will be, I believe it's Monday, and we will be over at the softball field as the Choctaws of Dyer County come to town on April the 4th. And that'll be a 5 p.m. start for the varsity game. And then after that, we'll be back with baseball in a couple of weeks. So as Northside will come to Chester County. That'll be at Eagle Field down by the Dixie Youth Park. And that will be a 6:15 varsity game that day. JV will play first. We may do the JV game like we did today and split it up. But anyway, Chester County falls tonight to Brighton 8-6. And don't forget, Brighton will be back in action here for those of you folks that may be watching up in that part of the country. They'll be back right here at Five Wells Field in Henderson tomorrow as they take on Lawrence County and Hardin County in a doubleheader. Paul and I will be just across the way at Tucker Field with Freed-Hardeman Lady Lions softball at 3 o'clock is first pitch as Lindsey Wilson comes to town. Freed-Hardeman women's softball 30-2 on the year. I've already forgotten now what they are in the conference, but they're 30-2 overall. I think they're 15-2 in conference play. An exciting team to watch, ranked number 3 in the NAIA polls. Lindsey Wilson comes in ranked 12th, so we ought to be looking for 2 good softball games tomorrow over at Tucker Field, also on the campus of Freed-Hardeman University. Well, I appreciate Paul Schultze from Worthy Road Studios with the camera work tonight. And my name is Ray Pack. And for Streaming Eagle Media, we say to you, good night and God bless.